Hey, and welcome to SPE 250. So this video is going to walk you through our Blackboard shell. I'm going to kind of give you a tour, and then we'll cover a few things. Well, I'll separate the week one. So you'll get a separate video for the week one overview. Right now, I just want to give you a tour of our Blackboard shell so you know where to find things and you can get kind of acquainted. So I shared my screen so you'll be able to see the first folder that, well, actually, let's go up to the top. The first thing you should see in your Blackboard shell is the My Textbooks link. So if you click the My Textbook link, your textbook should automatically load. So our first textbook is Multicultural Education in a Pluralistic Society. And the acronym for that is MEPS. So when you see our schedule, it will say MEPS. This is the textbook that you'll be reading in. And then the other two textbooks are called We Got This. And so you are likely going to have to purchase these two texts on your own. There is an ebook option. Well, actually, you'll purchase one, sorry, a hard copy or an ebook option. So it's really up to you how you want to purchase this. You can do it through the CMU bookstore. I think they have some hard copies and you could maybe have it shipped to you. Or if you're on campus, you could go pick it up at the bookstore. But there are other vendors that you can purchase it from as well. So that's the My Textbook link. And then the course orientation and overview is where you're going to find information about the course. And so I'm going to give you an overview, but there's also a written overview of the textbook of the course. So you can read through that if you'd like as well. There's a nice course introduction kind of talking about what the expectations of the course are and how it's laid out. It covers the course objectives. So you can take a few minutes to read that as well. You'll see the course syllabus here. So if you click here, I do believe that I emailed it to you as well. So let's just take a quick look at it. You can download it or you can just keep it here and visit it anytime that you like. You can use this plus sign to make it bigger. So you'll see a booking link here. That is anytime that you need to make an appointment with me for any reason. If you have questions or you just want to touch base or you have something that you need to share with me, that booking link will take you to a scheduling space where you can schedule an appointment. And the hours that I'm available will populate and you can choose what works best for your schedule. Okay, so take some time to look through this syllabus and then let me know if you have questions. So there's nothing on this syllabus that is not already in the course. So it's really provided for those students who like to have hard copies of things, so you can download it and print it if you want, or you can just leave it here and access it whenever you need. I'm going to show you another place where the course schedule is as well. So the one thing I do want to point out though is that in this class, so this course is an exploratory course. I'll talk more about that in a minute. It's required for all teacher education majors. And so we'll have education majors that are studying birth to kindergarten all the way through secondary education. So you come from a lot of different areas. This course covers that whole range. And so it is required that you get a C+ or better in this course in order to move on in the program and take the next course series of courses. And so you want to be really mindful of that as you are working through this course, making sure that you get your work submitted on time and that you're engaging with the content regularly. So one way that I think is super helpful as an online instructor and as someone who has taken online classes myself, it's really helpful if you kind of structure this course like you would an on-campus course, meaning that set aside 2 hours, 2 to 3 times a week where you focus specifically on SPE 250. And so I gave you an example in the syllabus that maybe you have availability between 1 and 3 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So block that off in your planner, on your calendar. If you use your electronic calendar, block that time off and hold it sacred. And then use that time to read the chapters, watch the videos, take notes, complete the tasks, and work on our on projects, because you're going to have 2 projects that you're going to work on throughout the semester, and you don't want to wait until the last minute to like put the whole project together. You want to do a little bit of the project as you go, and there are checkpoints, and we'll talk more about that when the time comes. But it really is important to hold this time sacred. The other thing is, there are 2 times this semester you're going to meet virtually with a small group of your classmates. And I've already grouped you all. What I intend to do as well is like use those groups as kind of study buddies. So one thing that I do as someone who has to write a lot, I have to publish and do research. And so once a week for 2 hours, I meet virtually with a small group of other college professors, and we meet online in our WebEx room, and we leave our cameras on. At the beginning of the meeting, we talk about what we want to get accomplished. Then we mute ourselves and we stay online and work. So it's helped us maintain this clear, dedicated time. And then 10 minutes before the end of that 2 hours, we unmute and share what we accomplished, and then we log off. So you're going to be put in small groups. If your small groups want to try to find a time to do that, to kind of keep each other motivated, and you can talk about what's due and how you're, meeting the expectations of the course, it might be really helpful. So that's just something to think about. I tried to keep the groups small, so it's going to be 3 to 4 of you. So they're not big groups. There's just 3 to 4 of you. So it's a suggestion. I highly recommend it. If you want me to help you kind of structure that, just let me know. I'm happy to do that, because taking online courses can be really, 1, can be lonely, 2, can feel a little disconnected, and 3, it's really easy to forget to do work or to put it off because you're not showing up in person in class every day. So it takes a lot of executive functioning skills, planning, prioritizing, organizing. And I don't know about you, I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, the inattentive type. So executive functioning is not my strong suit. So these types of online meetings really help me stay organized, structured, and hold me accountable. So just know that I understand that it's difficult sometimes to stay motivated in online classes, and I'm here to help you. So take a look at the syllabus, download it if you'd like, but it's here for you whenever. And then the weekly course schedule is here as well. So each week is outlined. And then what tasks you have to complete. So each week, beginning week 2, you're going to have a quiz. I'm going to give you 2 chances to take the quiz. So, and I'm going to set it up so that you can see what questions you got incorrect, and then you can have a second opportunity. The goal is not I don't want to use these quizzes as punishment. I want to use the quizzes as formative assessment, a way for you to know, what you're remembering, what you're learning. So it's to be beneficial and helpful for you. It's not intended to be punitive. So, but you will want to make sure that you've read the material, engaged with all of the videos and everything in the course shell in that week, that module, before you take the quiz. And it is open book, open note. So that's also could be helpful for you as well. So this is the weekly schedules where you'll find, you can actually, print this page right from your computer so that you have it and you can tuck it in your planner, or you can just copy these things in your planner, whatever works for you, but it will help you stay organized. And then the point distribution and grading scale you can take a look at. Don't worry about the educational profile project or the field experience project just yet. I'm going to go over those very in detail for you. But you will have quizzes, you'll have a final exam, and then you'll have weekly activities. And I'll talk more about that when I share overview of week 1. But just know that this will vary. You'll have different types of things to engage with that week. And so the points will vary. And then here's some student resources. So there's a lot of CMU policies that are shared. Academic integrity is really important. So you'll want to make sure that you are citing your sources correctly and appropriately and not plagiarizing, which means, stealing another person's ideas and presenting it as your own. So you want to make sure that any time that you're referring back to or using someone else's information, like from the textbook or from our articles or videos, that you're citing it correctly. And that would be the author's last name, comma, first initial, and then the year that it was published or recorded. So there is a code of student rights and responsibilities. If you don't know what that is, I would strongly suggest that you visit this link and bookmark it for yourself. There's a policy on harassment, discrimination, sexual misconduct, accommodations of religious obligations. There's information about library and research services. We also share a link to the Writing Center if you need help with writing. We know that you are all early in your program, and some of you are taking some like algebra courses or geometry. And so this is the Math Assistance Center should you need that for any reason. Student Disability Services is available to you. There's a Veterans Resource Center. CMU Cares is an office that I use a lot. So if you aren't responding to emails, you're not submitting assignments, and I've reached out to you and you haven't responded, the likelihood is I will submit a CARES report just to make sure you're okay. I am not a punitive instructor. I'm not going to be angry with you. I'm more inclined to be worried about you. So I will use CMU Cares as a way to make sure that you're okay. And please know, I'm a flexible, understanding, and supportive course instructor. I have no intention of penalizing you for any reason. I understand that you all have lives outside of school and things come up. So please make sure that you're just communicating with me so that I can support you and be as helpful as possible. Student enrollment services, drop-in withdrawal policies. So all of these different policies are here for you, including the technology help desk, which you might need to use if you're struggling with, like if Microsoft Word isn't working for you, or if Microsoft PowerPoint's not working for you, or if you use Adobe for any reason, that's not working for you, contact them. You should also know that as a CMU student, you can download Microsoft Office for free. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do that. And you also have access to Adobe. So the Adobe material is really nice. That software is super nice, especially if you want to be able to highlight in PDFs, not necessarily for this class, although we do have some articles, but in other classes that rely heavily on PDFs, you can, in Adobe, you can actually highlight and you can tag it and put notes in there. So it's good software to download, and you're a student and you paid for it, so you might as well access it. Okay, so there's the resources for you. If you have issues with Blackboard, this Discover Blackboard is where you can get help. Gives you lots of tutorials. So if you have a question about Blackboard, check the tutorials first before you check with me. I'm happy to help you, but you might be able to find the answer that you need more quickly using the tutorials. And then here's a link to the library. Okay, so this is where you will find information related to the class kind of in general. And then I will go over the educational profile project. You won't see it right now because it's hidden from you. But these are the two major projects, and I hid them from you because I don't want you looking at the instructions just yet. I want you to just kind of get comfortable with the course and don't worry about those big projects yet. Okay, so week 1 will be available to you. So when you click on week 1, you're going to see the module overview of learning objectives and tasks. So when you click on that, you'll see each week there will be the learning objectives and then the things that you need to do. Okay, so there'll be things to read, things to watch, things to submit. So that will be here. And then any other information that you need for the week, like videos and things like that, will be in this area as well. So this is for every week, this is where you'll start. And then under there will be things that you might, additional things that you'll need to read, and then your assignments. So that's what each weekly module will look like. Every Monday, though, I will post a short recording overview of each week so that you know what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to read, and what you're supposed to submit. I want to make sure that, sometimes just providing that short overview helps students remember where things are. I know you're taking more than one class and all of our Blackboard shells look different, and so it can be a little bit confusing to navigate between them all the time. So I want to make sure that I do a short video overview kind of as a introduction to the week content. So my goal is to post that by 8 a.m. On Monday morning. So be on the lookout for those. When I do that, you'll see them, the week 1 introduction, you'll see it I'll probably post it right above the module overview as a recorded link. So, okay, that's kind of a rundown of what our Blackboard shell looks like for now. And hopefully just take some time to look at the syllabus, and I will post another recorded overview for week 1. So I'm looking forward to having you in class, and yeah, I hope you really enjoy SPE 250 this semester.